What's up, guys? My name's Porter. I'm the founder of Echoes of Eden, a website, eventually a website that you can submit prayer requests, just some things, resource for Christians. Just want to share with you all my vision for this, for the not just the brand, but just what it could be and what I want it to be, and just what I want people to see it as instead of just seeing it as like a website. Echoes of Eden wanted to start it as a brand for my IB Cast project, but not just my cast project, but I want to take this, keep growing it and keep expanding on it. Right now, the vision was a website or just a platform where people can go with their prayer requests, praise reports, problems, things they need help with, and find help for them. Not just help, but know how to get through it and how to not go back, right? That could be anything from lust to like anything, really. Anything you might be struggling with. And so what it is, we're launching a website, should be ready within next 2 weeks or next week or so, maybe 2, from when this video is uploaded. And there we have resources for you, social media resources. I'd encourage you to check out my friend Austin Joyner's podcast. That is one of the resources, and then the YouTube channel for Echoes of Eden. And then it's a space where, again, people can go with their prayer requests, because sometimes telling someone is just the hardest thing to do. I know I can attest to it because throughout middle school, I was depressed, and then Surge Conference my freshman year at my local church, Coast Life Church, freed me from that depression, self-doubt. And then we had a camp recently this past summer where for the past 3 years I was dealing with a porn addiction, and it was a struggle. I hated it. Couldn't get rid of it on my own. And that was the one thing that the enemy really got me with, was that I'm alone and that I couldn't tell anybody else because of the shame and the guilt. And at that camp, I would tell my best friend, one of my best friends, Brian, it was the hardest thing I think I've ever done. I was just telling somebody that every night I was suffering and just couldn't get past it. And told him, he prayed for me, and then he told me the same thing. So I wanted to give you a space where not only you could get that prayer, but you could see that other people are probably dealing with it too. Because you're not alone. I mean, you never are, never have been. You've always had God, but you also have a community around you. And you need to just find that community. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to go out in that community. And I just want a space where people can do that from around the world, whether you're in Venice, Florida, or you're in, I don't know, Israel. Like, I just want a space where people around the world, whether Christian or not, maybe you're newly saved or you've been saved for a while, just want a space where you can come and send those prayer requests, receive prayer, healing, and whatever you may need. And I wanted to upload, eventually we'll have many resources to how to defeat these things like lust, like addiction, like pride. We have encouragements for those verses and just some verses on how you should pray, why you should pray, and how you know God answered your prayers. And I'm just believing that God's going to use this, have multiple testimonies come out of it, and he's going to grow it, not for me, not for the website, not for any profit, but to heal people. Because some people just can't get out of their problems, their situations, because they're just too afraid to tell somebody, and they struggle with that for years. Not as long as I did, like decades maybe. And I just believe that God's going to use this for so many things. And sometimes the last thing we think we need is to tell somebody, but that is really the first thing. And sometimes we go to prayer as a last resort, but that should be our first response. And that's what the platform Echoes of Eden, the website, will be is a place where people can make that their first response.